Mauricio Mejia Live. Entertainment guru, Silicon Valley entrepreneur, author, and speaker. It's Mauricio Mejia Live every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. on the West Coast and 10 p.m. on the East. It's Mauricio Mejia Live,
bringing to you real people, real day-to-day life experiences, and real business opportunities.
If you dare to step up. Join the thousands of viewers around the world
and become a part of the conversation.
Mauricio Mejia Live every Wednesday on Facebook and YouTube.
It's Mauricio Mejia Live.
Woo! That's how we do it. Getting ready. Oh, yes. It's Mauricio Mejia Live, episode number 25. How is everyone feeling today? It is Wednesday. It is the last week of quarter number 3. We are going into fourth quarter, and tomorrow is going to be October 1st. We are getting ready. I always say it's not how we start the year, it's how we end the year. And we got 3 months left of 2020, and I cannot wait till we're out of this freaking year because 2020 has been fucking insane. We started 2020 New Year's with a bang. We're ready to do some big things. And what happens? Mid-March, we go through this big coronavirus shutdown. So anyhow, enough of my rant and raving here. My guest is a big rant and raver, and I can't wait to have him come on the show. But again, I want to welcome everyone who's joining me from around the world. Again, yes, that's around the world. We are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube Live. And I want to welcome everyone. It's every Wednesday, 7 p.m. on the West Coast, 10 p.m. on the East, and in the middle of somewhere, whether you're in Mexico, Central America, or South America, it is probably 9, 10, 8, whatever time it is. I just want to say thank you for participating, joining, and watching the show, and sending me so much love and appreciation. Thank you to all the people representing Mexico, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Sudamerica, Venezuela, Peru, Colombia. Thank you, everyone that has just been nothing but love. And please make sure to visit my site, mauriciomejia.live. And also you can, if you're interested in reading, I have 2 books, Smoke and Mirrors and Decide, Commit, Execute. So everyone asks, Mauricio, what's up? Why do you do this? And, I constantly remind people, look, I've been an entrepreneur since I was 15 years old, been in the nightlife industry since I was 15 years old, and had nothing but love for it for 25 years and had such an amazing experience. And I got to build some great relationships and got to do a lot of things that people can only imagine. And I got to meet a lot of great people. And tonight, one of my guests is not only someone from the industry, but someone that I started my career when I moved to the Bay Area. Started my career early here in the Bay Area, and he's a legend. He's a pioneer, and he also, even though we've had our ups and downs, I can actually say that we have become friends. We have a good working relationship, and so it's been good. So anyhow, again, entrepreneurship, it's in the introduction. I also come across a lot of opportunities and love to be a participant in a lot of opportunities that come my way. So if you're an up and coming entrepreneur out there or have something already and you just need some coaching, some advice, give me a holler. Seriously, hit me up on direct message. If you already have my number and you just haven't had the courage to give me a call because you never know. Some of the business partnerships that I have developed, I have taken their businesses from struggling to up to 200 to 1,000% up in lifting them up just by tweaking few little things. So again, join the conversation, be a part of it. And even during these COVID times, you got to really be active. I always say decide, commit, execute. I also have to take my own advice so that I can really take it to the next level. So I don't want to keep you guys waiting too much longer. I'm very excited because again, not only is he someone that I've started early on in my career here in the Bay Area, and we got to work, and we're going to talk some stories. And I told him, I said, we're in no rush to get off. I actually like when the conversations go longer because we get to interact, and then people get to catch on and interact with us and send us messages, and we get to have a good time. But I want to welcome this week's special guest, good friend. Again, he's a Mixshow DJ on Wild 94.9. He's been on there for years, and we're going to talk about it. I'm actually thinking that he was on when it was Wild 107, and we're going to confirm that one when we get back, when I bring up my guest. Also, Nightclub DJ, but not just a nightclub DJ, but really a pioneer in the nightclub industry. I think he actually was able to find a couple of props that we're going to share with the crowd tonight. CDs, yes, we used to have CDs. You pop them in the car stereos, and actually prior to that, we used to do things with mixtapes. So, and some of you might not ever seen what a mixtape looks like. So I know that my boy's going to have one for us to share. So without further delay, I want to welcome my guest for tonight, my boy, Jose Melendez. Jose, what's up, my brother?
Yo, what's up? All right, now that we got that past that long introduction, the hell with you and I'm out. Bye. The hell with you and all your drama and politics.
I don't have to. I told you backstage. I don't have to like you to do business with you.
Right?
But you know what? Luckily for us, my brother, we have had a very man. So I moved up to the Bay Area 1994, and I think you and I started working together 96 or 97.
Yeah, 96, 97, yeah.
And I remember, I mean, back in the, man, it just, wow, Jose, when you look back and you think about where we're at today, from where we started to where we're at, and I got pictures. I got pictures.
When I had hair? Pictures when I had hair? Because,
man.
There's no more hair now, man. And,
my brother, we got some stories.
Yeah,
we go back DV8. DV8 when you used to do the Friday night parties at DV8.
Which is now Temple in San Francisco today. Same building still there, but yeah, it used to be called DV8 back then.
Wow. I know that we had a stint in San Jose for many years. Actually, you were my resident DJ at the Body Shop.
At the Body Shop, yes. Friday nights at the Body Shop, yeah.
Yeah, that's when I stole you from DV8, I think, or I don't know where you were. You were jumping around, but
I was.
Actually, hold on. Time out. Let's even slow down
Okay.
Before we even go into stories.
Sure.
Jose, I want to tell you, man.
Yeah.
I am so happy to have you here. Not only because of our industry background. But my brother, and I seem to forget, and I don't know why I forget, but bro, we're Salvadoreños, cabrón.
Absolutely, man. Right,
hey,
right. Salvatruchos.
We're part of the Mara, bro.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, man.
It's crazy to think of how many people are in the industry that are Salvadoreños, and I had Mia Moore at the beginning of the month, and she's Salvatrucha too.
Yeah.
And we just had an amazing conversation, and man, it's interesting. Our backgrounds, we're where we're at and what we've done, and just the energy and the drive that we have as Latinos. Because even though we're from El Salvador, I was born here in the United States, but So we're American, Salvadorian Americans, but Latinos, and I love all my Latino people from all around the world. I want to represent and show a great example of who we are and what we do, and how hardworking we are. We aren't everything that we're classified out there or stereotyped.
There's so much closed-mindedness when it comes to Latinos in general and whatnot. But I mean, not just Latinos, but every ethnic race that isn't, what they claim to be. I'm in the industry, just seeing everybody come up. Regardless of what your background is. When I can appreciate, the hardworking individual and whatnot. But but when you do see Latinos come up and make the difference and give back to the community and move forward, man, that gives you definitely a sense of proudness and whether you're Salvadoreño or whatever else may be. So yeah, absolutely.
Latinos in the house.
Yeah. So I like I'm just trying to do my little thing. and contribute where I can.
Don't be fucking modest on this show. So here's the rules now, right?
Okay.
We're not modest on this show. This is my show. This is for us. This is to represent.
Yep.
We're here to elevate all people, at the same time elevate our culture and represent it, man. And you know what, Jose? you have been a pioneer. You're a legacy. You can carry that legend title here in the Bay Area because you have been a big influence in the music industry and the radio industry, and you've had the opportunity to break a lot of artists in the radio world, and whether it was through mix shows, advice to some of the great people that you worked at. And I only know Jose Melendez from when you started working at Wild, and I want to confirm Wild 107, right? You weren't at Wild 94.9.
Well, we can even go further back than that because first and foremost, I never expected the DJ thing to become a career. Okay, I never expected that.
Don't lie, bro. Don't lie. Come on.
Okay, right. Okay, I'm out of high school. I'm trying to figure out the hell I'm going to do with my life and whatnot. And
are you still figuring it out, though, bro?
Yeah, still figuring it out.
Never going to grow up, huh?
So like I said, I didn't expect this DJ thing to do anything. I had my best friend Tim Martinez and his cousins. Basically, they're the ones who.
Tim Martinez is your best friend?
Yeah, since the third grade.
Holy. So I'm going to tell you something. Do you know, did Tim ever share? Tim Martinez was one of the first DJs that I ever met in San Francisco. And I don't know if it was he DJing at City Nights or.
No, it was probably DV8. He
That's right. The house room in DV8. Yes. Yes. So, Tim Martinez. Oh my God.
Yeah. We've known each other since the third grade. I was the best man at his wedding, and so. Tim
Martinez is Tim. If you're when you watch this and Jose gives you this plug, I got to tell you, Tim, I got nothing but respect for you, brother. You were one of the first DJs that I got to meet here in San Francisco, and much love and respect.
Yeah.
Tim.
He literally helped put the bug and plant the seed. So I owe a lot to Tim. And, along the way, a lot of other people contributed. But like I said, I didn't expect this whole DJ thing to, take off the way it did. I was, who does? I mean, who sees something like that? And my mom.
Well, I knew what I wanted to do at 15 years old. I wanted to be a club owner. And so I was determined. I was like, I was lost and coming out of high school and whatnot. But my mom passed away about 6 years ago. And one of the things she definitely taught me was to follow my heart and basically she just wanted me, she wasn't one of those women who basically, she just wanted me to be happy. And it didn't matter what I was doing. She just wanted me to be happy. So when the DJing thing came along, the majority of all the equipment, because I started off as a mobile DJ and whatnot. The only reason why all the equipment was at my house is because I had the most room. I had the most room. So, everybody would come to my house. Everyone would come to my house and we'd be practicing and whatnot. My mom would cook food for all my friends and whatnot. So, it was great. And, another thing that added to this is that she knew I was home. And if I wasn't at home and I was basically doing, mobile gigs or things of that nature, at least she knew where I was at. She knew I wasn't out there doing God knows what. So you were hanging out with fucking MS-13, like
right,
fucking
exactly,
they say.
So she supported it because she knew it made me happy, And yes. So, as the years went on, okay, we were taking those baby steps. We went from a living room DJ, and then we finally started doing, mobiles and whatnot. And then eventually our crew, eventually broke up. We didn't have that long run of a mobile DJ crew.
Wait, hold on. You just said, you just took me back. First of all, from living room DJ, then to mobile DJ, then you said crew. Bro, what year was that? Because I remember party crews and there was
our DJ
party crews, DJ crews.
I would say our DJ crew started end of '88 and it went till about '99, early '91. But definitely,
what crew were you in? Because
the name of our crew, and it, like I said, it never blew up to be anything fantastic. But the name of our crew was called Definite Impact.
All right.
And Tim came up with that name. It was kind of funny too because in the beginning we were just trying, when we were passing out business cards. Our business cards didn't have no DJ crew name. It had all our names and our phone numbers. And but it was it's like, hey, can we get a card? So we were passing out the cards. Says, what's the name of your crew? Well, we don't have one yet. But Tim, after every party, we'd be at my house and we'd breaking everything down. He's like, hey, how do you think we did tonight? We had an impact, didn't we? We turned that party out. And I'm like, yeah, we had an impact. And he just kept saying impact. And then one day he said, we made a definite impact tonight. Boom! That's where it was born. The name Definite Impact was born.
I'll tell you, man.
We went with that.
LA had, so I grew up in LA. And LA had a bunch of party crews, had a bunch of DJ crews, and then they were like mini gangs, man. It was like that's just kind of you affiliated with the crew. Even the girls had crews, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, we didn't get that crazy. We weren't that crazy up here.
LA was bananas, man.
Yeah,
it was but I remember when I came to the Bay Area, I got to meet the guys or the DJs from Exquisite. So
Exquisite Sounds, Exquisite Sounds,
and that was DJ Main, that was Latin Prince. I think Latin Prince was part of that crew. Those are the two guys that I know, but I know that apparently these guys were kind of dominating the scene. And much love to DJ Main because I've worked with DJ Main in the past. I got a lot of love for Latin Prince. Just to see where everyone has gone in the world where they're at today, and then just to hear that just takes me back. Some good old times.
For us, like I said, for us, DJ crews that I grew up on from the Bay Area, Lifestyle, where Cubert came from, Style Beyond Compare, SBC, Unlimited Sounds. These were like, Spintronics. Oh my goodness, Spintronics.
Oh my God. Yes, Spintronics. I remember those guys.
Shout out to my boy Dino Rivera at a first generation Spintronics.
Yeah.
Dino Rivera.
Was JV Velasco, was he part of Spintronics or he was?
No.
He was part of another group, but I know all those guys hung out with each other, man.
Dino Rivera, I met at a high school. And I owe a lot of my style and the way I listen to music to Dino. Like from Tim, I learned how to beat match. But a lot of my creativity or how I would break down a record or a song came from Dino, and we became friends and whatnot. And then of course started listening, I was listening to the radio and started picking up influences back then. Cameron Paul, rest in peace, Cameron Paul. Yep. Theo Mizuhara. Let's see.
Now you're going towards the KML stuff.
Michael Erickson.
Yes.
Rest in peace, Michael Erickson. And moving on. And so, like I said earlier, I went from the DJ crew into the club scene, and then into the club scene, I got to meet some incredible DJs who helped me out. DJ Mark Escalante, who basically gave me my very first club, guest spot at this club in the city called Club Mirage back in '91. Wow. And the bionic DJ Dr. Randy Wong, who helped me continue my residency at Club Mirage. So I learned through Mark and Randy, I learned how to read a crowd. I learned how to look at a crowd. I learned how to break down a crowd. And of course, these are things that you don't pay attention to. It's like, you got to learn how to read a crowd. I'm like, what are you guys talking about?
You got to look up. You got to look up, man.
Exactly.
DJ, they put their heads down and they don't look up to the crowd, and they want to play all the hitters.
So he literally taught me how to read a reaction from a crowd. Anyone can basically tell when you're not, when you play a bad song or a bad transition, the crowd clears. So now you're being Moses. You're clearing. You're parting the Red Sea. Everybody's gone. But they taught me how to build a dance floor, how to read the vibe, how to drop certain songs at the certain times, and and so there was just so much knowledge I was getting, and of course I would listen to the radio every weekend, I listened to Cameron Paul every night, 8 o'clock, I'd listen to him and basically try to break down those mixes and how did he do that and where did he come up with that idea, and there was just so much. And like I said, even in my DJ crew, it was not just Tim, my boy Jeremy Monsac, my boy Joey Horde. Those were other DJs in the crew, and I learned a lot from those guys. So, I was surrounded by DJs. I was surrounded by, a lot of, incredible DJs, but I never expected myself or to put myself in that category. I never saw myself in that category. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to do this, see how long I could last, because, it's like, you can't DJ forever. And I laugh at that now.
Yeah.
I laugh at that idea now because I'm like, whoa, I'm still doing it. But of course, 30 years ago, I wasn't looking at, hey, I'm going to be a DJ and make it a career. Wasn't even thinking of it. It's just like, okay, this is cool. I'm actually halfway decent at it. I'm actually okay at it. Okay, we'll write it. My DJ crew eventually, like I said, we broke up. And like I said, the club thing kind of came out of nowhere. And, now that I'm in the club scene, I'm starting to meet people from the radio station.
Yeah.
And two guys that I met from KMEL back then was Alex Mejia and Prince
my
Ice.
boy Alex Mejia.
Alex Mejia and Prince Ice. I met those guys, and Prince Ice, we became friends. We became friends, and it was Prince Ice who actually put the, dropped the note to Alex like, hey, you should check my boy out and whatnot. And this is when, my club career just started to take off. I was playing, and I'm at Club Mirage, and the funny thing, a defining moment for me was that people would tell me they would hear my name on the radio. And I didn't know what they were talking about. It's like, I'm not on radio. It's like, but I heard your name. And what people were telling me is that they heard the radio commercial for Club Mirage. Mm-hmm. And they put my name in the commercial. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. No. So I would listen to KMEL all the time, listening for the commercial. I wasn't even listening for the music. It's like, get to the commercial, man. Get to the commercials, And no commercials were popping up. The one day I wasn't even paying attention to the radio. I'm driving in the city. I'm running errands with my mom. And we're driving, and we're listening, listening to KMEL, it's kind of low, like I know my mom wasn't into that kind of music, but whatever, But she was listening. She didn't care. She was listening just because it was me, Mm-hmm. The commercial came on.
Boom.
The very first time I heard my name on the radio was with my mom.
Wow, that's awesome, man.
And I was just like, wow. And then, for whatever reason, I always heard the commercial. I started hearing the commercial all the time, And it was great. And eventually, I got my guest spot on KMEL. I got the phone calls like, hey, you want to do a guest, you want to be a guest DJ? And you're like, duh, of course I do,
Of course you do.
I literally went to Alex's house because I didn't have professional type of recording equipment at my house. I was like, I don't got anything to record on. Alex like, come over to my house. You can record at my house. I'm like, oh shit, all right.
On
okay.
a reel to reel or
on a reel to reel, exactly.
Reel to
so
reel,
I got to the house. He showed me how to basically, all right, this is, you record here, press this, here you go, boom, go. And my very first mix show, my very first DJ mix show set was on the Wake Up Show. Because, okay, so let me break this down to you. So Friday nights at Club Mirage, there was this guy by the name of Evan Luck. He was the nighttime jock. And he always did this show called Love Lines, right? So on Friday nights, he would do the show all the way live from Club Mirage. And then, boom, we go into the club, into club night. So he was there. So Alex told me, he's like, hey, your mix is going to run this Friday night at 10 o'clock. And they already knew that I'd be hanging out. It's like, we'll do the interview from the club, Evan will give you the microphone. We'll do the interview. I'll be at the station. You be at the club. We'll do the interview. We'll run your mix. And I'm like, okay, but wait a minute. Isn't the wake up show at 10 o'clock? He goes, yeah. You're going to do the first hour of the wake up show.
Dope.
What? What? Are you kidding me? And I got to the club, sat next to Evan. We're kind of talking. Few minutes before the mix, he goes, here you go. He gives me the headphones. Here's his microphone. Here you go. Me and Alex did a quick little interview. Boom.
So I'm gonna point out now that when you share what you've shared and I wrote some notes. One thing is, and again, part of the show is not just for us to shoot the shit and talk about great conversations and all that, but as an entrepreneur and a business person, to outline what does it take to be a part of something great or be a part of something that you want to be. It takes association. That's one thing that you associated yourself by.
At the end of the day, it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Right. But they also, it's like your parents and our parents, our old school parents say, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. And by association, you had a bunch of DJ friends instead of being out in the streets. Yeah. You got to become who you were associated. And then right place, right time. It's all about timing, Jose.
Oh man, I've had the best luck in timing ever. I like to think. I mean, I know God basically put these people in my life at certain times. I know that. I believe that. I truly believe that. My faith in the Lord who I know He has watched me at every junction.
And that's why you're still one of you're still standing. Also, there's not too many people that can say that they're still in the radio industry, what you're doing. I mean, there's not too many people. And again, much love and love to all the people that open up those doors. Alex Mejia, man, I to this day, and I've worked with Alex and people, when I first moved up to the Bay Area, there was a guy, they knew him by Alexander Mejia. And Mauricio Mejia, I was working at, not working officially, but I snuck my way into Wild 107. I had just came from LA. I had been doing stuff with Power 106. And, and by the way, Tony B's on, he's on here. I don't know if you're watching the comments too. Tony B, much love. Big shout out to my boy, Tony B in the house. There was a lot of stuff that when I came up to the Bay Area, hello, you there?
Yeah, no, I'm just out catching up the comments.
When I came up, there was people that were saying, "Hey, are you related to Alexander Mejia?" Because back in the day, radio was crazy in the Bay Area, man. There was so much I heard there was like dumpster diving to get the playlist and what. I mean, I don't know true or not.
You mean the epic radio war? The epic radio war?
When stuff wasn't digital, it was actually on paper. I mean, people would make the mistake of throwing the playlist into the garbage, and people were dumping into to see what kind of how they were thinking, and it was just crazy to see that. Yeah. And I remember I used to get shit all the time. Hey, are you related to Alexander Mejia? And I'm like, so. When it was convenient, I would say yes, but when it wasn't convenient, I was like,
who the hell's that guy? Who's the hell that guy?
I'm not related to Alex, but story about Alex. Alex and I, 2014, when I was running for city council for San Jose, Alex and I, we all formally got to we met and then we formally worked together. He was actually one of the first people that did a photo shoot for me for my campaign. And him and I have been friends ever since then, and give a lot of love and props. My intro was produced by Alex Mejia. Fresca is the voice on it.
Oh, and Fresca, yeah.
Yes, nice. I love her voice, and she's amazing. Yep. But it's crazy to see that the people that are in our lives or were in our lives have those open up some doors for us, and we're at where we're at.
Alex opened a huge door for me. He's the one who actually got me hired at KMEL. Right. So even before I went to Wild, I was at KMEL. I was there for 10 months. Now. Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Now.
And you were part of the All-Star DJs too.
I was part of the All-Star DJs for
Greg Lopez, and it was
no. The crew. The crew that I was a part of was was Latin Prince.
Wait, are those fighting words right now? Because if
No,
Greg's watching,
no. Look, I got none but love for my boy Greg Lopez, but he was a part. They were Hot 97 was still going in San Jose.
That's right.
Okay,
That's right.
so I was part of the crew that consisted of Alex Mejia, Latin Prince, Franzen,
that's right.
Glenn Ari, Dave Meyer.
Damn.
Okay, now that was pretty much the.
You know what's crazy? I got a picture of that.
And Prince Ice. Now, that was kind of like the crew that I was part of at the time. But like I said, it was only there for 10 months. And without getting into
politics,
a lot of the politics and the BS of it, because it's really kind of irrelevant. It was.
It's never irrelevant.
It was my dream. Okay, every DJ's dream at that time was to get into the clubs and get onto KML. Okay, that was every DJ's dream. I grew up on KML. I grew up on that mix show. I wanted to be part of KML, and eventually my dream came true. I got hired at KML. Within those 10 months that I was at KML, I learned so much about politics. I learned so much the way how this industry worked very early on without even realizing that I was learning it. Within the 1 or 2 months that I got hired at KML, Hot 97.7 in San Jose got bought out. And then there was this radio station across the street called Wild 107 that had just flipped format about a year or so ago. Okay? So a lot of changes, a lot of moving parts are going. A lot of moving parts are happening. So Hot 97.7, they broke up.
Which was Hot 97.7 was the legacy station of the South Bay, man.
Absolutely. But here's the thing. I'm from San Francisco. To me, back then, in the early 90s, San Jose, what's San Jose? The only time I ever went, I didn't even know San Jose existed. I honestly didn't know, because I was from San Francisco. I grew up in the Bay, in the city, so the only time I ever went to the San Jose was with my mom when she wanted to go to the Pulga. We're going to the flea market.
San Jose, hey.
That was it. That was the only time I ever... the only time I ever went to San Jose was to the flea market.
Sadly to say, I mean, I'm not from San Jose, but I live here now, and I consider San Jose home. Yep. But from what I've heard, I mean, San Jose, they refer to it as the armpit of the Bay Area, man. It was just sad because it was so much, and San Jose from back then, even from when I moved up here in 93 to San Jose today, it's a whole night and day, man. Night and day. By the way, before we move in, I don't want to get away. Here, check this picture out. Tell me what you think. Hold on for a second.
Oh, there it is. I told you. There it is.
Hold on for a second. I got to put this thing. Here we go. Yeah. We're going to put it on. I have to. This picture is. Hold on. Here we go. It's uploading really quick. Yes. Here we go.
There we go. So,
you got Latin print.
Where are you at? From the bottom.
Oh, shit. Hey, you got hair, bro.
I told you. And a mustache, right? Alex Mejia. Okay, we're gonna go. Alex Mejia, Franzen, Latin Prince, Dave Meyer.
12 o'clock is Myers.
Dave Meyer, okay. Glenn Ari, and yours truly.
Club 106, baby. Look at that.
That was from the two. That picture was basically taken for the 2-day summer jam event at Shoreline.
Wow.
And I just, and they call and, they're like, we're going to take a picture. And I'm like, really? I get to be in the picture? And I still have the program to this day. I still have the program. And, that was just another milestone. It's like it was an official radio picture that they used for all their press kits for the radio station, sent it out to all the record labels and all that. So, that was a big deal for me, as far as like, I felt really, really official. I felt a part of this radio station,
Yeah, you're in your early 20s. Hello.
Yeah, early 20s. And like I said, and at that point, Hot 97.7 broke up. Half the people went to Wild. The other half came to KMEL. And,
And the radio wars began.
And the radio wars began. And
everybody wanted San Jose.
And the main battleground was San Jose.
That's
San Jose was the main battleground.
Right.
It was and it was, it was a trip because for me, like I said, I was part of the radio station. I was feeling great. I was really happy. And I'm looking at this radio station over here, Wild 107. I'm looking at them and I'm listening to them, and I'm like, because right around that time is when KMEL started changing their format. They started, they started becoming, they started moving to what they are today, is a hip hop and R&B radio station. But even back then, they were still considered a top 40 rhythmic radio station. And one of the reasons why I found out later why they hired me is because I was a very diverse DJ. I wasn't just hip hop and R&B. I played dance music. I played freestyle. I played house. I was playing the format of what Wild was back then.
Right.
I was playing that format. So they felt
open format, man. Open format.
You know, that I was playing, and they felt that they could use, I guess, my knowledge of that type of dance music to basically, maybe we can add this to our mix shows. Maybe some of these records will actually cross over and this and that. So there was a lot of, like I said, inner things going.
No,
but
the radio wars were crazy.
The radio wars was just starting to begin. That was right at the very beginning of that radio war.
And this is nationwide. This is not just in the Bay Area, because I remember
every radio station across the country was looking at what KMEL and Wild were doing. Now, while all this is now starting to bubble, I am now starting to feel a little out of place.
Just a little.
Just a little bit, because for whatever reason, my dream of finally being part of KMEL came true. But now that I'm here and I'm starting to see little things happening, and I saw my hours just decrease. I was mixing 4 or 5 hours a weekend, 4 or 5 hours every weekend. And all of a sudden I started to see my hours decline for whatever reason. And all of a sudden, Wild starts like, hey!
Knock, knock. Yep.
Yeah, knock, knock, hey.
Well, at that time, I think that right when that happened, Wild, which was owned, I don't remember what the company that was, they hired Michael Martin.
Yeah.
And Michael Martin comes from LA. He was at Kiss FM back in the day. And he also was a DJ for clubs. And he used to go by the name, and I'll say it because I don't work in radio, so I don't give a shit. But he used to be known as Local Eminem.
Local Eminem, right?
Local Eminem. And he was a badass DJ. I mean, Michael Martin today, godfather of radio industry, program directing. Yeah. God bless his soul.
He came in and he took this radio station or the signal and the station, flipped it, and basically made it to what it is today.
Well, he did that, and at the same time, back in LA, Power 106 was the LA's party station, and that was dominating. So then when Power 106, it was almost the same time, like you said, these radio wars began. Mm-hmm. The LA's party station then became where hip hop lives, because they started flipping the formats, and now. Yeah. The hip hop station, or Power 106, becomes the hip hop station, and now Michael Martin makes his move, boom, and I don't know how all the details. I just know that he ends up in the Bay Area. He's on Wild 107 on Green Street,
right?
And next thing you know, there's just craziness.
Without getting into too much details, I had my meeting with Michael, and I finally.
Bob Hamilton was
Bob Hamilton was the.
Bob Hamilton, Bob Visosky was the GM.
Yep. So Michael and I, we had our meeting. While I'm still working at KMEL, and we had a great meeting and whatnot. And he pretty much like, hey, what will it take for you to leave? And
I need somebody to do the noon mix, because I'm tired of doing the noon mix.
That's further down. Because, like I said, at that time, I was not as happy as I thought I should have been. Finally working for the radio station that I grew up listening to. And, we got into a lot of details, and he's like, what will it take for you to leave? I'm like, well, what do you got? And, me, and I'm like, well, what do you got to offer? What do you got to offer?
Yeah.
What do you got to offer? And
little fucking cocky there.
Right? Because now, I'm working for a radio station in the number 4 market in the country. I'm working for one of the biggest radio stations in the country. And now I have this other radio station trying to lure me away. So, I was kind of feeling myself a little bit. And I'm like, so, well, what are you offering? And all he said is, you'll get what you put into it.
Ooh. Powerful.
And
So time out.
Yeah.
Let's focus on what. There are two things that you've said. Is it's obviously you weren't happy when you weren't as happy as you thought once you achieved what one of your goals and dreams were.
Exactly.
You know, that's something that happens in today's world, in today's life. Even if it happens to me, we always set this expectation that when we get there, I will be happy. When I have this, I will be happy. And when you get it, you realize it's like, okay, so I'm here. It's like when I became when I made my first million, I was like, okay, I got here, and I'm like, okay. When I opened up the vault, I thought that this was gonna be like king of the hill. I'm like, yeah. And I remember grand opening, and I'm like, fuck, I didn't even have fun grand opening because everything that could have went wrong. But at the same time, I'm like, what's next? And you said something, because to all the business people that are out there that are watching, you know, I know that if you can relate, definitely drop a message, because it's the truth. When you reach a goal, that's just part of life. We've learned to reach the goal because we projected it. Right. And then you say, you know, the next thing is now you got to start feeling out, seeing what is next that you're gonna do, and boom, you got again now opportunity. And Michael Martin says you're gonna get what you put into it.
Exactly.
You know, you only get what you put into it. I always tell people, decide, commit, execute. My second book that I wrote. You can make a decision, you can commit to a decision, but without execution, there's no value. There's nothing that comes with it. So it's the cliche. You know, you bear the fruits of what you know of what you plant. I mean, if you don't take action, you don't do what you got to do, you ain't gonna get shit. And exactly. Jose, so that's why today you're still where you're at, man.
I was like, you know, I was conflicted, and at the time I was. Not only was I working at KMEL, I was working at DV8 as a club DJ, and I was working at Ultrasound Records in San Bruno. You know, so I had some things going for me, and I was talking to everybody. It's like I finally got to KMEL, but Wild wants me. What should I do? What should I do? I heard all the pros and cons. Why I should stay? Why I should leave? Why I should stay? And one day, one morning, I just woke up, and I'm like,
made a decision.
I'm gonna go to Wild. Because I felt the direction of their format and the music really spoke to me. Oof. And what I was trying to
be,
you know. So, of course, you know, I went to KML. I said my goodbyes. I went to Wild. Boom. So within 2 months, within a 2-month period, now here I am, a KML DJ working at DV8, which was being promoted on Wild 107 at the time. Okay, so there was that politics. We'll leave that alone. So as soon as I got to Wild, they made me the resident DJ at DV8. Within the first 2 weeks, we started a live broadcast from DV8 midnight to 3 a.m. That's right. I was the resident DJ. I basically did the live broadcast. Within that time, Maine, at the time, who was the Mixshow coordinator at Wild, he got promoted to music director.
Yep.
So then I get called into a meeting with Michael and Maine, and they're like, "Hey, Michael wants to talk to you." I'm like, "Oh, damn, what I played this weekend. Damn, what I played. Damn it. I'm walking into his office going, "Please don't get fired. I just got here. Don't get fired already," you know? And Michael's like, and I walk in, he's like, "Michael, how you doing?" I'm like, "I'm good. How are you? What did I play?" I'm like thinking, okay, here it comes. He's going to rip me a new one. And he's like, "How you feeling?" And I'm like, "Okay."
What's up, man?
And he looks at Maine. He's like, "You didn't tell him?" And Maine's like, "No, I'll let you tell him." I'm like, "Tell me what?" He goes, "Well, I just basically promoted Maine to music director." I'm like, "Oh, congratulations. Happy for you. That's great. What does that got to do with me?" You know? And he's like, "Well, you know, he does the workout at noon, but he won't be able to really continue that mix anymore because he's going to have other duties, meetings, blah, 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 blah. Would you like to do the Wild workout at noon?" And
boom, with Renelle.
With Renee.
Or Renee, that's right.
Renee Taylor. With Renee Taylor. And I'm sitting going, and I'm like, are you serious? Me. Yeah. You're offering the Wild workout at noon to me. And,
hey, DJ Maine's all right though. I love DJ Maine.
and Michael's like, "Yeah."
Hey, where's Jazzy Jim at this time? Because was he not on radio, or he was
Yeah,
a resident at? Was he already at Wild? Because I know.
Wild. Yeah, he was doing 5 o'clock. He was doing 5 o'clock at Wild. He was doing 5 o'clock.
And 5 o'clock. Him and who was on at the 5? St. John wasn't.
St. John was on. St. John was basically afternoon. So basically,
yes.
it was Doghouse, Renee, St. John, JoJo on the radio.
JoJo.
That's
damn.
Yeah.
JoJo's killing it in LA on Kiss FM, by the way, too.
So basically, like I said, within that 2-month period, I went from just wondering what the hell I'm going to do as a DJ, and now I'm at this new radio station. I got an all new residency at this humongous nightclub, DV8, doing a live broadcast every Friday night, midnight to 3, and now I'm going to be basically doing one of the primetime mix shows on the Wild working at noon.
Damn.
Within the first 2 months of getting to Wild, after contemplating what I was going to do before, and then boom, I get introduced to San Jose. It's like, Jose, we got clubs in San Jose that want to book you. We got some, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's a 40-minute drive. Okay, no problem. What, they paying me?
That drive's gotta suck.
I can do it in my sleep now. And within that time, who do I meet? I meet this promoter.
Cocky motherfucker from LA.
Mauricio Mejia.
That's right. Boss Entertainment in the house.
Boss Entertainment, and I'm like, okay. And you brought me in, and we hit it off, and we had our
Bro, you were with me. You were with me for years.
My goodness, when I did the body shop for you,
yes,
I was like, wow. I mean, blown away by just the vibe of the venue, the vibe of the club, and basically your pool. You were packing like a slow night. A slow night at the body shop was 1,000 people.
That
right,
was
baby. A slow night.
There, Jose said it, not me, man.
A slow night at the DV8 on Friday nights. A slow night at DV8 was 1,500 people.
Yes,
1,500 people was a slow night at DV8 in the body shop. 1,000 people, slow night. You're like, we only hit 1,000. I'm like, yeah, all right. Well, maybe next week. Next week, 1,800, like it's nothing. 1,800 people, like it's nothing. I get there at 10 o'clock, lines, ridiculous.
Yeah, man,
that was awesome.
those days, I don't want to say they'll never happen again, but it was just, it hypes me up, and it's crazy. Jose, because prior to the body shop happening, we were doing those kind of numbers. My first introduction to San Jose, it's crazy because not only were there nightclub, radio wars, but the nightclub wars began too.
Oh yeah.
You had DV8. There was Dr. Winky. Was also ran by Joseph Solis. Remember Joseph?
Oh yeah, Dr. Winky and Joseph. I love Joseph.
So
Joseph Solis was the one who basically. He's the one who he was one of the people I talked to when I was wondering about coming on Wild. He's like, no, go to Wild. He was one of the people he's like, and if you go to Wild, Jose, I guarantee you, within the next couple of weeks, we're gonna do the live broadcast. It's ready to go. And we'll make you the resident. We'll be ready to go. We're gonna blow this shit up. And Joseph, and he did. Absolutely. Yep. He basically turned that club around and made it to what it was at the time.
Well, DV8 was an underground nightclub, and then when it went radio, radio today, you can promote a nightclub on radio, and good luck if you get an outcome. And again, it's not because it's radio has had its glory days. But back then, radio was so new to the nightclub scene and the entertainment that you pump money in the radio. Next thing you know, you had DV8 blowing up on Friday nights with Wild, and then Saturday nights it was just it's underground night. Then I from that moment I started working with Billy and Britt Hahn, who ran City Nights, and Sound Factory, Envy, and then the 21 and over City Nights, and then I became assistant promotion director for City Nights, working with Billy. Billy works the deal with Britt to when they bought the Sound Factory. Sound Factory goes toe-to-toe with DV8, and then Jazzy Jim becomes the resident DJ. Dude, this is crazy because we're watching not only is there radio wars now, but then there's the nightclub wars. Who's trying to dominate what? And then everyone's trying to jump into San Jose's ass. And then San Jose starts to compete because we start our own war down in San Jose. And I'm just like, I mean, it's like
this is how bad the wars got. City Hall got involved because of all the flyers that were basically on all the cars and all the parking lots, all the litter, like all the litter with all these flyers everywhere promoting every club.
People wouldn't even know what a flyer. I mean, I have a whole box that I'm looking at right now of all my party flyers of the body shop, the daily plan.
Like
I mean, there was
flyers. What's the paper? Paper?
Die cut flyers. I mean, there was all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah,
and
then like I said, with the whole radio thing, when that basically those doors opened, then I started putting out my mixed CDs, which also started which also took me over.
By the way, I know you have a CD.
I do.
Show people what a CD looks like.
So I'm gonna show you.
Some of you that don't know what a CD looks like.
Okay, I'm gonna show you what the actual CD. Before I show you the cover of the CD, I'm gonna show you what a CD looks like. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a CD. Okay, you would put it into a little machine and it would play music. This is a CD. But before the CD, a cassette tape. This is a cassette tape.
And you still have it wrapped, bro. That's crazy.
This is still wrapped from 1996. The very first in the Wild 107, not Wild 94.9.
Those are the Wild Workout
my
at
very
Noon.
first original Wild Workout at Noon CD, cassette and CD, and then I eventually put out Volume 2, which was then now Wild 94.9.
And I remember
we went from Wild 107 to Wild 94.9.
I actually worked on your project. That was with
main source distribution out of Redwood City, Carlos Ned.
And I like how you just said that one, but Rick Martin was involved in that one too.
Was he really?
Yeah, Rick Martin was involved in that one. So
I don't remember. I never, because I never dealt with him. Carlos Ned was the only guy I ever dealt with because he's the one who helped me put the mix together and and helped me get all the licensing and whatnot. I didn't know Rick Martin was behind.
Ricky Martin, man. Rick Martin was partners with what's his name? Jeez, I forgot.
Carlos.
Carlos. Yeah, they were partners. And then we produced. So your CD, I remember, came out. It was actually one of the first CDs that they had produced. They came out, rolled out. I worked on that project, and then I also right after that project, then we worked on the David Garcia Live at the Club.
CD. I remember that CD. Yeah.
And then that CD came out, and at that time, again, like you said, man, we were dominating the 18 and over scene with the Body Shop. Friday nights was jam packed. My Sundays, I had more people on Sundays for the Groove. A slow night was 1,500 or 1,200 people.
Yeah, I went to the Groove a few times, and I'm like, what is going on here? What is this?
Sunday nights, all ages, all house music. From the minute you walked in, the first record that we dropped was house music. It was like, I mean, we dominated that rebel scene. We dominated the house music scene. And a little bit of history prior to that, going back to like the whole DV8 and Joseph Solis. I remember that that's when St. John had moved up from Los Angeles. St. John was also on Power 106 down in LA. Moved up to the Bay, and then they started. Him and Joseph kicked it off, and they started the first house show. Oh, I don't want to say maybe first, but it was officially one of the first house shows because I know there was Your Mama's House on KMEL. So they wanted to compete against Your Mama's House, and they started Nocturnal Transmission.
Yes, Nocturnal Transmission. Yep.
Nocturnal Transmissions with Joseph Solis and St. John. I think for a minute, I don't know. I don't remember.
Tim Martinez was on that show.
Tim Martinez was on the show as well.
Let's see. David Harness was on that show for a little bit.
David Harness. I think after they took Your Mama's House off the radio on KMEL, that's when Pete Avila and those guys started to float around. They were trying to find a home, but it's just crazy, man, how, again, radio wars, the music has changed. And then we fast forward, Body Shop goes through its era. We prior to that, it was The Vibe when I was working with the Doghouse, and we were doing The Vibe. And then prior to that, when we really kicked off in 1997, 98, was when Greg Lopez, myself, and Billy Vidal kicked off the Fun House. in San Jose.
Oh, the fun
And
house.
that's really where it all started for all of us. And I was again I was the street promoter, and then when those and everybody again, we go through these cycles, where we reach a pinnacle, and then everyone gets too big in their head, and then the internal fighting happens, and then everybody breaks up.
Yeah,
and that's what happened. I mean, it happens, man.
Everybody's down for the cause and everything,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, a little money's being made, and everybody's like, "Hey, where's my cut? Hey, where's my cut?"
And then the nightclub owners get involved. They start telling they want to get greedy too, and then they start talking to the promoters, and then next thing you know,
and my favorite excuse, like, Jose, we really love you, man. We really appreciate it, but we're just gonna go a different direction. My all-time favorite excuse. Shut up. We're just gonna go a different direction.
And then I blamed it on the owner. I said, "Hey, look, Harry wants to try a different direction, bro. It's not me, dude. You're my boy.
It's not me. Yes, of course not.
It's not me.
Yes,
we're boys.
Of course not.
We're boys.
Shut up. You were a part of that meeting. Shut up. You were a part of those meetings. Don't give me that.
Hey. I was, in retrospect, you look at it, I was like music director, program director of the nightclub. I was like, okay, yeah, we need to make some changes. It's a tough decision to make because, again, we build relationships. But Jose, you've been in meetings too, man, and
yes,
some of those decisions in radio. I mean, man, I just had my boy Morris Knight the other night, and we talked about. I mean. You want to talk about somebody that was 20? Was it 20 years that he said on Kiss FM, bro? To be on the radio station, give 20 years of your life, and literally one day just come in and you're like, "Hey man, we're going a different direction."
Yeah,
and you're like, "Okay, so am I part of that direction?" Or like, "No, we're changing format. We're doing everything." I mean, it's life altering for some people.
It is very life altering. I mean.
And for me, honestly, I look at where you're at. To still say, I don't know who else out of all the old school. I mean, other than Leslie Perez. Leslie Perez is with you still, right?
No. Well, he works at the other radio station.
What's that other radio? Wait, he left you.
Anyways,
all right, never mind. Hey, that's how much I listen to radio.
I get it. I totally get it. I mean, look, October 5th. Okay, today. Okay, we're last day of September. October 5th. I'm going to be celebrating 25 years at 94.9. 25 years,
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, Now things have changed a little bit at the radio station. COVID has basically, it has flattened, the entertainment industry. It is flattened. I mean, it is
hospitality, everything.
Kick everybody in the nuts, but the entertainment /hospitality industry has been hit the hardest. Has been hit the hardest by COVID. And, even my I'm still with the radio station and I'm thankful for that. It's just now my own, how can I put it? I'm no longer doing the workout. Okay.
Wow.
Now it like I said, it's, budget cuts and things of that nature. COVID has basically, like I said, it's leveled everyone. But it's not a permanent thing. I don't want to think it's a permanent thing. But they didn't fire me. They didn't let me go. In fact, they're like, we still want you to be a part of the radio station, but we're not going to have this big show anymore, at least for the foreseeable future. I'm like, okay, fair enough. So does that mean you got to?
So are they just going nonstop music now?
Yes, it's just nonstop regular programming.
Wow.
So they're like, but we don't want to, they're like saying, we don't want you to leave. We still want you to be a part of this radio station, just at a smaller capacity. And I'm like, okay, as long as I'm not being fired, okay, cool. I would still love to be a part of the radio station. I would still love to do my mixes and whatnot.
I know some program directors, bro, in case you're looking for a job.
Look, honestly.
I'm kidding.
No, but honestly, I mean, I don't see myself wanting to leave. It's like, fine, if I'm only going to be down to a couple hours on the weekend, so be it. I'm still part of the radio station. I have no desire to go anywhere else. I have no desire to go to the grass is not always greener. The grass is not always greener. and I've learned that, and you know, and
I
like
like
I
to
said,
take risks, so I'm like,
I get it. I get it. And I'm all about taking a risk. I'm all about taking a risk. I mean, I gotta adjust. I gotta change. I gotta find a way to move through these shark-infested waters of everything.
Ooh.
But I'm surviving at the moment. I mean, I wish I could be doing more, but I am surviving. I am getting through it. I just started my own personal workout mix on Twitch. I just started that. So Twitch has been very good to me as far as me still being able to DJ, even though I'm not DJing in front of people. I'm still DJing to a crowd, and now things are starting to change a little bit as far as COVID is concerned and whatnot. A lot of restaurants are doing the patio thing, street thing, and some venues are basically hiring DJs to play background music, for their customers. And I've been able to get a couple of those gigs here and there, to play music out there. Of course, wearing a mask, social distance, and all of that, but just being able to be out there and playing music for people.
Well, now, get ready, because I got the first rooftop coming to San Jose. Hello. I've always been an innovator, so you heard it here first.
Yes, absolutely.
You're going to be part of that programming. First rooftop, San Jose.
I mean, for me, like at the end of the day, this is all I know. I mean, I have to adjust, and I have to make changes in the way I think and whatnot. But I truly believe in my heart that we will get through this. I believe that the entertainment industry will come back bigger and stronger.
Absolutely, 100%.
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people saying that it's never going to come back, and I'm like, well, then I don't need you in my ear. I don't need that negativity. I don't need. I believe that the entertainment industry is going to come back bigger and stronger, and I'll be able to play in front of crowds, dancing. It may not be tomorrow, next month, or in 6 months or whatever, but I do believe it's going to happen.
Well, I'll give you an example. My boys down in LA, Adam Auburn, guy that works with Pascual, Insomniac, EDC, for those of you. I had Strange Love, my boy Raul Cortez, last week on the show, and their festival has already sold out. It sold out in less than an hour, all the tickets for next year's festival, because we're coming back. We're coming back bigger, stronger, bolder. We're going to be in your face. Why? Because like I explained to you earlier, people are so tired of being pent up in their homes and changing the ways. I mean, sports. I mean, you got empty stadiums. You got these cardboard cutouts, which looks ridiculous. Just the whole energy, the vibe, everything. Yeah. We can only do, and again, much respect to all the DJs. I saw one of your rants. I read one of your rants about, all the critics that are out there. Fuck you, critics. People are trying to keep the people that are trying to put out positivity, like you and other DJs. Everyone became a Facebook DJ. Everybody was doing their live. I mean, look, I'm doing my own live broadcast. Why? Because it's my outlet, my creative outlet, my way to reach out to all the people that I know, not only in the Bay Area or throughout the nation, but around the world now. I have that ability in that platform, whether it's through my Latin Live channel, whether it's through my YouTube channel, whether it's through my own Facebook channel. I have the ability to do that, and it allows me to continue to expand on the creative mind and the juices that we got. Because, like you said, even with music, you got to get creative. I mean, you guys start doing some funky shit, and I never had the patience for DJing. That's why I always love to be the guy behind this. Like I would love being in the DJ booth with you, Jose, because I would be like, play this song. Why? Because when we played that song, we'd get everyone,
Yeah, I know. And have to tell them, like, shut up, it's coming, all right? Relax, all right? Calm the hell down. I'm not a jukebox.
I'm up. Play it right now. That girl's looking.
I'm not your Spotify. I'm not your instant playlist, all right? Relax, it's coming.
Now, honestly, if you gotten all the credit for all the hookups that I got because of the song that you played, bro, trust me, we were an amazing team when we worked together. Because, I mean, some of the DJ booth action and all that stuff, we won't even go there.
Slow down there, buddy. Slow down, easy. All right. Let's keep the show PG.
Yeah. But just the amazing times that we had. I mean,
Yeah.
thank you, God, for giving us that opportunity. The world, like I said, we have done and seen and been to places where people can only imagine, and you have to have a good imagination for that.
Yeah.
But again, we allow our creativeness to express. We're artists in our own way, whether it's a promotion, whether it's through your DJ skills. And again,
Mhm.
Jose, I didn't ask you earlier this, but what inspired you to really get into music? I mean, aside from maybe, you said that in the beginning you didn't know what to do, but what really was the inspiration that woke you up and said, you know what? Fuck, I love music, man.
Well, I mean, we all grew up on some sort of music in our lives, and I remember high school dances, middle school and high school dances, and not that I would pay so much attention to the DJ, but I'm like, from afar, I'm like, that's kind of cool, But honestly, what really did it for me was Tim Martinez and his cousins.
Got it.
I actually went to one of their gigs. I went to one of their gigs. It was a quinceañera, big ass quinceañera, and I'm there, and it's like, hey, you want to help us set up and come? And my mom's like, yeah, go ahead, have fun, So I went with them, and I was unloading stuff, and I didn't know what I was doing. They're like, here, run this wire there, put that over there, put this there, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, okay, all right. The quinceañera begins. It's packed. Girls and food everywhere. This is awesome, right? This is awesome. There's a band on the stage and the little DJ set up right over here.
Oh man!
And it starts, right. And I remember watching his cousin, Tim's cousin. His name was Miguel Cuadra, and we all called him Mikey. And I remember I was up on the stage, and this was like literally one of the very first times I saw a DJ actually close up, like really close up. And he's playing, and I'm watching, and I'm kind of like, okay. And Tim comes up to me like, hey, these girls want to dance. I'm like, okay, I'll be right with you, right? Be right with you, all right? And I'm watching Miguel. I'm watching him. And then Tim comes back up again. Hey, they're waiting. I'm like, yeah, be right there.
The girls aren't important right now. It's the mix.
And
it's the mix.
and all of a sudden, Tim's like, screw it. I'm going to go dance. I'm like, okay. I'm
taking these two girls home now.
I spent the rest of the quinceañera watching him DJ. And I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. That was amazing. Now, I don't remember what he played. All I know is that he had a vibe going.
Yeah, he played Planet Rock. He played
and so at the end of the night, after we broke down and we get back to the house and we unload everything, it's like, hey, whenever you guys need somebody to help, I'm there. I'm there. And so, Christmas. This was during the summer. Christmas comes, and my mom goes, so, what do you want for Christmas? I go, I want 2 turntables in a mixer. And my mom was like, what are you talking about? We got a turntable in the living room. I'm like, no. I want 2 turntables. I was trying to explain to her, but she didn't know what I was talking about. So she sent my sister to investigate what the hell I meant by 2 turntables in a mixer, and I guess she went to go talk with Tim or something like that, because all I know is Christmas came, and I got
2 turntables in a mixer. Wow.
And that right there changed everything.
Yeah, man.
Right there. It changed.
You're in the game now. You're in the game. And now it's just a matter of, again, commitment. You gotta practice. I mean, one of the things that I have some amazing people in my life that try to teach me. In LA, I was exposed to Richard Vision and Tony B. Good friends of mine. DJ Adrian was a big DJ down in LA back in the day. Boris and Chris were other big DJs on radio. And when I moved to the Bay Area, Richard Gonzalez and Albert Campoy, man, those guys really invested time in trying to show me how to count beats and all that. I knew the music. I just didn't know how to mix the music because I don't have the patience, man. You got to have listening, boom. And I'm like, just play the music, and this is the song I want to hear. This is what I want, and that's it. And then if you fucked it up, I'd come to the DJ booth and be like, check 1 2. Hey, how many people like that mix? My boy Train Wrecked, and then we got and we would make fun of the DJ. But at the same time, that was just part of the show.
Yeah, it was part of the show.
It was part of the show. I mean, and then let's have a tequila shot, and then let's keep going. Let's keep it going. So
yeah, I mean, you're right. Just to touch about what you said as far as like learning the DJing, the whole aspect, the whole, I guess, experience of learning how to DJ. I mean, like back then, and we're talking 20, 30 years ago, you didn't have YouTube tutorials or anything. No. You didn't have controllers. You didn't have
tractor.
You didn't have, I mean, it was literally 2 turntables and a mixer, and it was basically knowing basic music concept, and, and actual, practicing. It's like literally picking up a piece of vinyl, a record, and putting it on a turntable and listening to it and basically beat matching it, making sure that they're both the same speed and knowing when to throw it. And like I said, basic music, knowing how to throw it on the 1, throwing it on the chorus, throw it on the hook, throwing, what's a verse, what's a beat, what's a bass kick, what's a treble kick, what are all these,
what's a 4 count?
Exactly, what's a bar, what's a 16 bar, what are, all these little music, basic music terminology that musicians use. You literally, people's like, what drives me crazy is like, yeah, DJs aren't real musicians. Okay, I get that. We don't play guitar. We don't play drums. I get that. I totally understand that. But on the flip side of it, you do have to know music to be a DJ.
Yes.
So in essence, we are technically musicians. Yeah, maybe we aren't creating or playing the music, but we are creating a vibe.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
We are playing music. Yeah, it's other people's music, blah, blah, blah. And I've had musicians come up, you're not a real musician. Yeah, okay, well, stop being a cover band and make some original music. Woo! Shut up, get out of my face, all right? Okay, Mr. Cover Band, you're not making original music. You're doing the same thing as we are. You just happen to be playing the guitar and the drums, but you're still playing other people's music. So don't come at me, all right?
Right.
We are in our own selves. We are musicians, okay? Maybe we don't fit the definition, the dictionary definition of what a musician is, but DJs are musicians.
Absolutely. Just like me, I'm an artist too, man. I create the vibe. I create a piece of it, and I have to bring in the right person to be the DJ. And that takes an art, man. You can't just, man, trust me, there's been a lot of promoters out there and then operators that they think that just because you own a nightclub, you're going to open it up and people will come. No, man, it takes magic. You got to create a vibe. You got to,
absolutely.
2 weeks ago, I had your boy Isaac on here.
Isaac B. I caught part of that.
Isaac B in the house.
Isaac
Oh, man.
B. That boy was lit. That boy was drinking some Isaac B. vodka, boy.
Hey, rule number 1, don't get high off your own supply, man.
That was hilarious. That was a great interview.
I love Isaac B. We had an amazing interview, and we talked about it. And one of the things that I gave credit to Isaac was when he got into the scene, I knew who these promoters were, Third Avenue or Third Entertainment, Third Street Entertainment.
Third Avenue Entertainment, yeah.
And I'm like, who the fuck are these fucking guys coming around? It's like me when I first came in, I was like, yeah, I'm dominating the scene. And all of a sudden I'm like, who are these new kids on the block? And then they open up Taste right when we had opened up the Vault, and I'm like, whoa, time out. Who's these guys and where do they come from? Carlos and Isaac, bro. Yep. And I gotta tell you, man. And I said this: iron sharpens iron, man. And because for being so long and so many years in the game, we have to listen and see what other people are doing in order to get better and to compete. And I was very competitive, just like everybody else in the industry was competitive, because we were always competing for that small amount of people that were in the nightclub circuit or in the entertainment circuit. So I gave him props, man. I mean, he came in and they started getting crazy with some of their promotions. I told him, dude, why would you go and do $2 2-for-1 bottles of Belvedere and disrupt the market when I'm charging $300 for one bottle of Grey Goose? And they, to this day, his philosophy is. He doesn't use anything other than Belvedere, and that's why he's dominated and does what he does. So much props to him, man. And I told him, I said, I can't wait till he reopens his place. I was just there on Saturday. I had a great time. I went in and out because it just didn't feel right. The vibe was not that the vibe was just for me. I want to be in with the pack. I want to be like,
yeah.
I want to be squeezing through the people, but But it's
you're not trying to social distance.
No, I want to be like, I want to feel my.
Turn up. I get you. I hear
I want to feel my butt being grabbed by that girl or something.
Easy. Stupid.
I'm like, hey, did you grab my butt? Hey, did you grab my butt? No, but no, man, it was just it's the world is different and the vibe is different, and I just can't wait till things, like you said, man, things are going to turn around. We're going to come back strong.
I truly believe that. And like I said, probably not going to happen tomorrow, but it is going to happen. And
it's going to happen. And I think that, again, right now, one of the things that we all need to do as veterans in the industry is continue to nurture our relationships. Mm-hmm. I can't wait till I do my first event. It's going to be a private event. It's different than when it's a public event. A private event means that it's private property and it's by invite only.
Right.
So I can't wait to do that on our rooftop in San Jose, and you'll be definitely one of my guests. You're gonna be there and you're gonna help pop the cherry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because we want that energy. We want to we want to have fun, and I want to create that environment that I and work with the people that understand the mindset and that we can do some fun things. So I think things are going to turn around. We just got to get through this election. I know that half the world saw the shit show last night.
Oh
and
dude,
we won't go into politics. We won't go into politics.
But that was a shit show, and I was just I don't even want to watch this.
It was hilarious, and I know for a fact that in my gut, my heart tells me that after this election, things are going to turn around, and it's not going to happen It's not going to happen on November 4th.
No, it's not. It's not.
But by December 31st, when I do NYE 2021, we're gonna kick off the new year right, because 2020 just fuck, man. It really. This has got to be one for. This is not even for the books, man. This is like one that I'm like, holy, like what happened?
Yeah,
we won't even try to dissect it.
I have no more words for 2020. I really don't.
What it has done though for the people like, for me, it allowed me to recalibrate myself. It allowed me to publish. I published not only one book but two books, Smoke and Mirrors Inside. Thank you. Make sure to send me your address. I'll send you signed copies, so that those were the valuable ones. When I signed them,
ones, so I actually make a few dollars off of them. Cool, nice.
So and what it allowed me to do was not only to do that, but then it allowed me to get creative. And I was inspired actually by all you guys, all the DJs that were out there. I'm like, you know what? I've always wanted to be on radio. I wanted to have my own show. I wanted to be. I felt that I can entertain because I was in the club scene, and I felt that I was connected to the people. So, and like you said, at a club, my reach, my slowest night was 1,000 people. I mean, like, and I was 1,000 people that I shook hands with. Everybody came in, hugged me, Mauricio, blah blah. I made it a point to get on the microphone. Everybody knew who the DJ was and who Mauricio was, because that was the tag team. It was. Nightclubs were a version of radio. So I made a dream come true, and I started my own channel. And now with the technology, we're doing what I'm doing, what I wanted to do. And I made a dream come true. And I'm here. We're episode number 25 with you.
Congratulations.
You're going to celebrate. Hey, by the way, and it's right here, episode 25. This is my run sheet. Bro, how crazy. Next week is going to be you celebrating 25 years.
Wow, look at that.
Wow.
See, it was meant to be.
It was meant to be. Wow.
25 years, yeah.
Congratulations, dude. Seriously, congratulations on that, man.
Thank you. I mean, I'm no, like, at the end of the day, I'm really happy to be, because I mean, there are a lot of people, who've had really long careers in radio, whether it's being on multiple radio stations and things of that nature. But for me, it's like, when you really think about how many people can really say that they've been on one radio station their entire career, 25 years with one radio station, you know.
Yeah.
And I do
Bro, I
want
saw a comment in here. Someone called you a goat right here.
Easy.
Kuya said goat. Oh, actually, I take it back.
That was for Jazzy Jim.
Jazzy Jim. I was like,
he is the goat, though. He is the goat.
Hey,
Jazzy,
we didn't even talk about Jazzy much, man. I gotta say, I love Jazzy, bro.
Yeah,
He,
Jazzy was definitely influential for him. You know, I mean, I did work with him for quite a long time when he was at Wild, and you know, I definitely learned from him. He definitely taught me a lot. You know, just not just about radio and clubs and music, but just life in general.
Did Jazzy jump ship too? Oh,
yeah. He's at the other.
He's on the.
Yeah, so
he's next door. He's next door.
There's a few of the old Wild people over there. All right.
Oh.
So, but
that's why it's the #1 station over there. Huh? No.
Slow down.
Oh,
but no,
I wish I could start a radio war, man. But that shit doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, they wouldn't make the kind of noise that they did back then. Like back then, the radio wars were epic. Epic. I mean, there was some lot of shadiness going on back then, and just all in your face type of just.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh my goodness.
We're not talking about pay. Oh no, we're not. We can't even use the word
nothing
payola.
like that. But no, I mean, like I said, I mean, for me, I'm very happy, very humble, very blessed, and very honored to still be working at Wild 94.9. You know, like I said, 25 years next Monday. I'm blessed, and I'm truly humbled by it. You know, and
did you have a? Someone, and bro, and you, we're gonna be coming out in a wheelchair out of that motherfucker. Bro.
Look, I said this a long time ago. It's like, look, I just turned 50 this year. I'm 50 years old. Okay, you know, and I have had this conversation with all kinds of people over the years, and even ex-girlfriends and things like that. It's like, look, I'm a DJ. This is what I do. Okay. All right, so you either get with the program or you don't. But I'm telling you right now.
There's girls that come up to the DJ booth.
I'm telling you right now, look, if I got to be 65, 70 rolling into the club with my oxygen tank, guess what? Man. This 70-year-old is going to kill it because I'm going to be DJing until I can no longer DJ.
Talking about that shit, what about when you used to roll in with a fucking dolly, bro, and like 5 record... Like it wasn't. You had to bring your entire crate. No.
My laptop right now has all my music. Okay, we're talking 20,000 songs edits easily. Okay, now you have to explain to people what a dolly is to the younger generation. Okay, a dolly is this like little mini hand truck.
Yeah,
and then we would basically put like crates. They put boxes.
6 crates. Milk crates.
Big boxes, kind of like they look like this. They look like these little anvil cases, but they were, you know, a little bigger, and and vinyl. I'm sure most of the people know what vinyl a record is, and just think about, having about 50 to 60 pieces per crate, weighing about 40 pounds easily, and basically lugging 4 to 6 crates at any given time, just to play for an hour. Okay? Now, if you're playing 3 to 4 hours, I guarantee you probably have more crates of music because you're just trying to make sure that you have enough music and you have a wide variety of music to play for that particular gig. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, my back doesn't miss it. I don't miss lugging crates. I do not. I mean, the nostalgia of it's like, yeah, it was cool, it was great, but I don't miss lugging crates. I got my bag, I got my laptop, I'm good. And I'm out. And I guarantee you, 95% of the DJs out there would also say, I am happy with my laptop. I don't gotta lug 50-pound crates of records anywhere. Right. It was fun back then, but I'm good now. I'm good.
Yeah, imagine the that's crazy. Crazy times, crazy days. Again, technology has contributed a lot to where where the industry is at today, and just crazy stuff, man. And again, much props to everyone that has been a part of this industry, and rest in peace to all those that have left us. And man, it's just
absolutely.
crazy, man. It's just, and I think that we're right. We're at a turning point. There's going to be a lot of big things that are going to be changing. A lot of creativeness is happening right now. A lot of planning. I know that I'm planning for 2021. I shared with you backstage, man. 2020 was going to be a big year. My boy Adrian Gadar, myself, we had.
Oh yeah, you were telling me.
We had teamed up and lined up six Detox Sunday parties. We had done two. We were going to do two in San Jose, two in San Francisco at the Hotel Via. We were working in Hollywood at the W Hotel in Hollywood, and we were working on in Miami for two. So we had actually, it's a total of 6 parties. I know that we had Miami, Hollywood, San Francisco, and San Jose, and we were just so excited and couldn't wait. We had our festivals lined up. I had just partnered up with Clockworks, with Ron Reeser. We were going to bring out huge festivals to the Santa Clara County Fairgrounds. There was so much, but again, everything happens for a reason, and we can't look back and cry about it. It's water under the bridge, and we just got to continue to move forward and stay positive because the great days are coming again, bro. There's for me, it's a repeat of history. If you look back at the 1920s, it's gonna be roaring 20s, but it's gonna be the roaring 2020s and 2020 for me. And that's my gimmick. Hey, I'm gonna spin it. That's how I'm gonna spin it. I'm gonna be like, hey, 2021, 2022, 2023. It's gonna be about the roaring 20s, and it's gonna be our modern version of what happened 100 years ago. Because history repeats itself. 100 years ago, we went through the Spanish flu, the Spanish pandemic. We went through a recession. We went through the depression. And, for people that are out there listening, if it makes sense, it's the truth. History repeats itself.
If not, Google it.
Google,
you'll understand. You'll understand.
History repeats itself. And again, I think that we're going to come out stronger than ever. And we're going to get through this, dude. We're human beings and we adapt to our environment, and that's just the way it's going to go down, man. So anyway, I'm we can wrap for another hour here, dude, but I don't want to keep you on any longer. I want to take you down where I normally I ask my guests that are on the show. Jose, you've been in the industry for many years, and you've touched a lot of people through your music, through your skills. You have your own fan base, and if you had a message to everyone that's out there, what would be your message? What would you want people to say, whether it's inspiration, motivation, or just words of wisdom? What is, or share maybe what the keys of success have been for you, so that, we ended on a positive note, man.
Yeah. Look, I know not everybody's religious out there. I get that, and everybody has their... But for me, I am a man of faith. I do believe in God, and I do believe in the Lord. Like I said, I believe that He has watched over me, every step of the way. I see that now. Maybe my faith wasn't as strong back then when I got into this business, but now looking at it from where I am today, I truly believe that God has had His hands on everything. And I'm old school. I'm old school, so hard work. I mean, that's the bottom line. You got to get your hands dirty. Okay? Don't expect, don't feel like you're entitled to anything. Don't feel that you're owed anything. Don't expect anything. All right? You're going to hear no more times than you'll ever hear yes. Yep. Trust me, because this guy has said no to me a bunch of times. Okay, we won't even go into how many times this guy has said no to me. All right? No. I'll get back shut up. I'm not done with you. Okay, you can come on the very end. You can come on the tail end. But you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe in yourself.
That's right.
And like I said, it's all cliche. I get it. I know it's gonna sound all cliche, but learn from your mistakes.
That's right.
Make the mistakes. Actually, make the mistakes, because then you'll learn what not to do the next time. Build relationships. Don't be an asshole. Okay,
Yeah.
don't be another. Don't be an asshole.
Wow.
I mean,
I almost felt like you were talking to me, man. I was like, wow.
Don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, look, there's nothing wrong with being proud of your accomplishments. All right, there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, you have to humble yourself. You
Yes.
build great relationships. Because you never know that one person who you were addicted to, you never know when that person is going to own something or want something that could provide big things for you. I've seen it all too many times,
Yes.
So treat the CEO the same as you would treat the janitor.
Oh man, I don't even want to go on a story
Right,
that
right.
Oof, because all I remember is I did that once. Well, I blatantly did it once to and I don't want to say that I'm not going to open up that wound.
Yeah.
But I did it once, and I remember I was in the elevator with this very super powerful person, and I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" I always, I thought I had my break. The elevator opens up, and this person walks in, and I look at him, and I'm like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "Oh, I'm his assistant." And I was like, I'm like, "Hey, nice seeing you." And I know that the minute I walked out of that elevator, I was like, "I'm done. Just done."
Yeah, so it's happened to all of us. Trust me, I've been there. These are the things that I'm talking about. I've went through and I've gone through and I've learned from them. And like I said, still haven't figured it all out. You still gotta soak up all that knowledge. Be a sponge of knowledge. Talk to people, But at the end of the day, just be yourself, but be a nice version of yourself.
Yeah.
Be a nice version of yourself. And,
I've definitely learned to be a nicer person. I always share the story pre 2008 Mauricio Mejia and then post 2008 because 2008, 9, and 10 were very humbling years for me. I reached a pinnacle in my life after making millions of dollars and then losing everything, Jose, everything. It's in my book. I talk about it. I'm very open. I'm an open book. It taught me so much. And I realized, man, because I only knew success growing up. I only knew success from 15 to 2008 when I was 32. I think I just turned 33. And for those years, all I knew was how to make money, how to be successful, how to be greedy, how to be arrogant, how to be all about me. And there was no balance. And when the universe comes and it balances you, it does a number.
Life has a funny way of humbling you. And,
Karma, she is not friendly when you piss her off.
Not at all. But I do pray every day. I really do. And praying for me, look, be sincere about it.
Yes.
Don't pray just to pray. Pray, but be sincere about it. Like I said, I know a lot of people aren't religious, and I get that, and I understand that, and I pray for those who aren't, and that's cool. But all I can really say is, no matter how hard things get, and trust me, I know, because you're talking to an out of work DJ right now.
Yeah.
You're talking to a person who's lost hours at work, who is on unemployment, who is just barely getting by, barely keeping a roof over. I'm barely keeping a roof over my head. I'm barely keeping food in the. I still find a way to be positive every day. I still find a way to have faith, and I know that I will get through it. And I have seen signs of it. I have gotten a few gigs here and there. I have been very fortunate with, the directions I've gone here and there, but I'm not out of the dark yet.
None of us are. None of us are.
I'm not, but I'm not.
I don't even want to share how much I've incurred as far as debt. Yeah. Because we're so used to living a certain lifestyle. But
exactly.
Not only that, but it's not the certain lifestyle, Jose, but it's It's the fact that we work so hard to get to a certain point where we want to create that security in our lives, and we want to create that consistency in our lives, and we work very hard. And I recently started working with a whole new team. I'm rebuilding myself. I'm rebuilding my teams. I'm bringing in some people that I trust with all my heart, my gut. And again, it comes down even with like working with you. I'm looking forward for us, not only if we can work sooner this year together, absolutely. If we can work 2021, guaranteed we're going to work together. And I'm certain without a doubt that when you put powerhouses like you and I, Isaac, myself, Billy Vidal and myself, Adrian and my people that have been through the tough times, Alex Mejia, we bring in these magical people that know how to do things together. We will create magic that will bring a lot of success and bring a lot of smiles and happiness to people.
I truly believe that.
That's really what the satisfaction I get when I have a successful event or an event is. I love to see the smiles on people's faces and the good times at the end. Obviously we want to make some money too.
Oh, of course.
But at the same time, because we put value on our time, at the same time, it's the pleasure and the joy of seeing people smile and saying, fuck, Jose, that was a fucking dope ass mix. Mauricio, that was a dope ass party. And they keep coming back for more.
Like you hit it on the spot. You hit it on the nose. Aside from the money aspect of it all, I am the most happiest when I'm behind the turntables.
Yeah.
And I make that one mix, and I make the crowd scream.
Yeah.
Because I've learned over the years that I know that at that one moment when everybody is screaming at the same time, that it doesn't matter what kind of a day they had, good or bad or crappy, or what kind of week they've had. I know that at that particular moment that they are the most happiest.
Boom. Amen. The only time one of the other times I like to make people scream is when I get on the mic and I say, "All the ugly people in the house, be quiet."
That'll never get old. Man. That'll never get old.
That will never get old. That is a classic, man.
That's awesome.
Classic, man. So anyway, Jose, I've had an amazing time with you tonight, man.
Yeah, so did I. Thank you.
I'm excited. I'm excited about the future. I'm very happy that this happened the way it happened. I don't believe in coincidences. I believe that everything has a purpose, a reason, and I think that this has brought us back together to not only remind us of where we came from, where we were at during this time, and now it gives us the opportunity to circle back and say, hey, we're gonna give it another shot, and we're gonna do some big things together. And tomorrow, October 1st, is gonna be the first day of the last quarter of 2020. We got 90 days left of this fucking year. We gotta just get powered through it. We need to have strong mindsets. We gotta be positive. We gotta be optimistic. We gotta continue to spread positive around our networks. Again, I want to thank everyone that tuned in tonight. Not only from here, from the West Coast, but the East Coast and around the world. Thank you very much. Jose, do me a favor. How can people reach you if they want to reach you? And Twitch, I don't know much about Twitch. I just know that my boy DJ Zaldi made me buy an account or do something where I had to put money in it. I'm like, and then all I know is that after I did something that gave him like some tokens or some things, that all of a sudden he was giving me like a lot of props. So okay. I still don't know how that works. All but right. How can people reach you?
Social media, Instagram and Twitter. It's at DJ Jose Melendez. Really simple. Just put a DJ in front of the Jose Melendez. And then even on Twitch, you can follow me on Twitch, same at DJ Jose Melendez. Twitch is a streaming service. Basically, it started off as a gamers stream. Okay.
Yeah, you guys fucking took it hostage, man.
And so COVID came in and we started streaming on Facebook and Instagram, but because of copyright infringement and all the algorithms, Instagram and Facebook would take down all the DJs, right? They would cut them off and whatnot. Thing with Twitch is, the cool thing about Twitch is that they won't cut you off, but if you leave your original stream on, still copyright infringement still plays a factor. You can re-watch the stream, but certain songs will be muted out because of the fact of the copyright infringement. Now, the money aspect you're talking about. Now, gamers, whoever came up with this website, I give them props because now we DJs can find a way to make money off Twitch. Now, basically, there's subscriptions. And there's tokens. And so it's not like you're spending hundreds of dollars, even though you can if you wanted to. But subscriptions is basically, think of it as my boy DJ Marcus Lee and my boy DJ J Espinoza would say. Think of a subscription as buying a shot for the DJ. Okay, it's a cheap shot. So subscriptions, they go in 1 month to 6 months, right? And as you subscribe, where the fun in Twitch is in the chat room. Okay. Everybody goes to watch their favorite DJ, but now they're in the chat room and they're conversing and they're connecting and whatnot, and and now there are these little emotes or emojis. That's their version of. So a DJ like myself who's on Twitch, I have my own set of my own personal emojis, which are called emotes. So if you buy a subscription for me, you get to use my emotes or emojis on my stream, on my chat, or anybody else's chat. So, but like I said, it's not that expensive. It really isn't that expensive. And you pay like you said, you buy the one shot and it lasts you for the month. Yeah, so
that's all I did, and all of a sudden I was getting free plugs left and right.
Exactly. It's like if you're gonna give us some money, you dance. We'll be shouting you out.
I started requesting songs. I was program directing the show. Right. I was like, hey, I want to hear this song next. This song.
Oh, and as far as Twitch is concerned, because I'm no longer doing the workout on Wild, I am now starting to do the workout on Twitch. So I am. So Monday through Friday, 12 to 1, log on, and nice. I basically take you down memory lane. And the cool thing about it is because there is no real format that, or anyone tell me what I can or can't play, it's, it's a combination of old school dance music, freestyle house, Latin house, and I throw in some current stuff and everything in between. So you're technically now getting a workout mix if you want to work out. Or you just want to come
you're getting the real Jose Melendez workout at noon, on
Twitch. So
on Twitch, and you're getting it so that you're not being censored on your music. You're not being told what playlist. You're like, fuck this. I want to play what I want to play, and I want to make people laugh and have a good time. So
So come on, join the stream, and like I said, hit me up, Twitter, Instagram at DJ Jose Melendez.
Perfect, man. Well, good. Jose, I want to say thank you again for joining me tonight.
Absolutely. I had a great time. Thank you.
We are definitely, I had a great time too, and you took me down memory lane. I want to thank everyone. The month of September, I focused on entertainment and hospitality because I thought it was important. For the month of November, I'm going to shift gears. And I'm October. I'm sorry. Jeez, I'm already in October. I'm shifting gears and I'm going in hard on the politics because it's important. It's important that we get involved and we vote in November. So I have a couple candidates that I'm gonna be putting on my show. But again, Jose, thank you very much, man.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Do me a favor on the feed, on the comments, drop your website, drop your handles, because it'll post on all three networks. So we'll get the most of the exposure, and then invite people, do a watch party, man. And I'll tell you, the views that we get on the shows and it's not just what happens tonight, it's what happens from this point moving forward. And I'm telling you right now, man, people are gonna enjoy it. And let's have some fun, man. So thank you very much. I'll catch you backstage. I'm gonna wrap up the show, and I just want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you again, Jose. I love you, bro. We're family.
You too, brother.
Put all the past aside. We're looking to the future now, right?
Yeah, I guess. Whatever, man. Whatever.
Jose, I had to make some decisions, and I had to change.
Yeah, we had to change. And
I know that I said on the show that you were going to be part of the family, but
you know, since we're going a different direction, your services will no longer be needed. Thanks.
Oh man, I love you, bro. I'll talk to you soon. I'm gonna put you backstage.
All right, sounds good.
Oh man. I just want to say thank you to everyone that joined us tonight. All the comments. Vanessa Anderson, mom, aka mom, is in the house. I want to say thank you for you. I told you today you are like an angel that has come and saved me, and you're part of the future team. We're taking this to the Billionaires Club. Anyway, I want to say thank you to everyone that also joined us. DJ Nelly in the house, Rosa Lee Bernal in the house, Pablo Garcia, my boy Jay Reese in the house. Don't forget, bro, I'm the one that gave you your first break, so you better represent. My boy George Rodriguez. Yeah, my brother, I need to get faded. Look at this. White hairs are growing out, man. Kuya in the house. What's up, man? Thank you. Nick, what's up, bro? Thank you very much for representing. Raj, my boy down in Gilroy. Thank you again. Randy Garcia out in Las Vegas. I want to say thank you, my girl Mina in the Bay Area, and to everyone that has represented and has dropped me messages. Also, make sure to visit me on my YouTube channel. I have reached over 1,000+ subscribers on YouTube, which is awesome. I'm looking to quadruple that. And again, I'm looking forward to being back on our Latin Live channel soon. Right now, we are in Facebook jail, but it's only temporary. And again, I just want to thank everyone for being here tonight. I want to thank Jose Melendez for being a great sport, being a great person, and having the positive energy, the spirit to continue to give positivity through his music, his talent, and 25 years to be in radio. That's some serious commitment and time. Because in radio, it's peaks and valleys, it's trends. And obviously for the last 25 years, he knew what the hell he was doing to stay on the radio for that long, especially doing the workout at noon. There is only one person that I know that does the workout at noon here in the Bay Area, and that is Jose Melendez. So I want to thank him, and I want to thank again everyone. Don't forget, every Wednesday, 7 p.m. on the West Coast, 10 p.m. on the East. And that's about it, guys. Make sure you guys leave a comment, and I will see you guys next week. Next week, we got my girl, my best friend, partner in crime, Amy Escobar, who is running for trustee for Evergreen Evergreen Education. I mean, we're going to get into all those details, but we're going into politics in October. We're going to go hard. I got my boy Fred Tovar, who's running for city council for the city of Gilroy. And consultant heavy hitter, my boy Rolando Bonilla, and then we're going to end it with my boy Andres Quintero. So October is going to be politics, and it's going to get hot. It's going to get hot because we're going to talk some serious smack. And you know what? We're going to talk intelligent smack because I want it to be an intelligent conversation about politics. We're about to go into one of the most important elections in our history of the United States and of the world. And if you guys watched the shit show that happened last night, I mean, I'm embarrassed for both candidates, but at the end of the day, what an embarrassing show of a president, a standing president, to just behave the way he did. And anyhow, I don't want to bore us with that stuff right now. I want to end on a positive. Thank you again, Jose Melendez. Episode number 25, Mauricio Mejia live. Thank you very much.
It's Mauricio Mejia live. Entertainment guru, Silicon Valley entrepreneur, author, and speaker. It's Mauricio Mejia live every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. on the West Coast and 10 p.m. on the East. It's Mauricio Mejia live,
Bringing to you real people, real day-to-day life experiences, and real business opportunities.
if you dare to step up. Join the thousands of viewers around the world.
And become a part of the conversation.
Mauricio Mejia live every Wednesday on Facebook and YouTube.
It's Mauricio Mejia Live.